Hey, greetings everybody. GleeCon here again with another episode of Lore of Warcraft. On our previous few episodes, we've been running through this Ashbringer series, and we are now on the final issue of this four-part run, which actually it's been a pretty good. It's a little bit chaotic sometimes, telling who's doing what with the language. But we have seen in these past few episodes the death of Alexander Mograine, essentially how he becomes an undead Death Knight. An unholy spec Death Knight really is what it looks like. We saw the formation of the Scarlet Crusade and why it is the way it is, basically, and the Argent Dawn, and some other cool bit players. So this one, as we see, we have Kel'Thuzad on the front. We also can recognize, like, I would firmly place this somewhere towards the end of the Third War, maybe the expansion, or if not the expansion, then in between the Third War and World of Warcraft. This is definitely post some of the things we've done, because you can see a list of Kel'Thuzad right here. But stay a while and listen to this one. This is the 4th issue. Sorry, again, apologize for the bootleg site that this has to be on. Okay, here we go. Hearthglen. A charnel house stench preceded the arrival of the Scourge. Yet despite the advance warning, the city's outer defenses proved incapable of repelling the undead host. Look at his, like, gooiness in his eye socket. General Abendis, Lady Abendis, make ready for another surge. There seems to be no end to them. So this looks like various Scarlet Crusade. This one's called Dust to Dust. Same crew we've had. Save your pessimism, Issylien. Just be ready to heal us should we be overwhelmed. I know my role, Bridget. Don't seek to counsel me. Focus, both of you. Ha! Perhaps Grand Crusader Dathrahan fares better and might soon lend support. An uplifting thought, Talon. But judging by the steady stream of undead I've spied rushing to the east ward, Talon, if you remember, is the son of the guy of Blood and Honor, Fordring. That's Fordring's son, Tyrion. I'd say he's in it just as deep as we are. Durgan, Lorik, hold the line, damn you! We do our best, Grand Crusader. Come then, you fetid lout. Picked him up and threw him. I like the art. This has pretty good artwork. The Grand Crusader, is he? I can't see. Keep fighting. Lest we join him. Come closer, you witless herb, and bear witness to the shedding of this pathetic mortal husk. Fleeting are the moments these days in which I may truly be myself. Yeah, showing that he is really a Nathrezim. That I may rend flesh, shed blood, and shiver bone. Not as the fallible mortal Dathrahan, but as the undaunted and redoubtable Nathrezim Balnazar, cheater of death, master of mortal pawns, and bane of you rotting dead. Not far away. Archimonde's bones! Issylien, can you and Doan do nothing to stem this cursed tide? We're doing all we can. The wretches have gained the bastion walls. Bridge, look out! What? No. What have you done? Rest easy. I'll heal you. Father? Father? Down! Come to your senses and join the fight, for pity's sake. Patience, Issylien. Experience has taught me to conserve my energy for when it is needed most. It is no small feat, after all, to call forth a blizzard from cloudless skies. Smash! Some of the Scourge are swept away, others are crushed by falling stone. and still others are bombarded by massive dagger-like chunks of ice. But for every one of their number that falls, 2 others step in to take its place. While elsewhere in the city, a Scarlet Crusade soldier fails to notice the preternatural mist forming behind him. It is only when the hackles rise in the back of his neck that he turns.
Grand Crusader, your wound. Can you not heal?
Yes, I can. One way or another. He's draining life.
Fellow Crusaders, look to the horizon. High Inquisitor Whitemane in reinforcements from the Scarlet Monastery. We may come through this yet.
It seems we have arrived none too soon. Let this be a lesson to all, Scourge.
Vroom. The Scarlet Crusade will not be taken so easily. Grand Crusader, you emerge unscathed.
You expected otherwise. Well, no, I tell High General Abendis I want an immediate assessment of casualties.
Begging your pardon, Grand Crusader, but the General is among the casualties.
Stupid old man, stupid old man, get up, get up, get up, get up, get up.
It's beautiful, isn't it, Fabex?
It is indeed, Master Darien. Even I can't complain about a view like that. I wish Dad were here to see it. He loved sunsets. I'd watch him sometimes when I was very young. Watch him as he stared out the window. He would say that in those moments he felt at one with the light. But the light never spoke to me as it did to him. To me it always felt distant, just outside my grasp. The light touches each of us in its own way. Dad said we all have a purpose. I've no idea what my purpose is. I bungled everything. I should have listened to Maxwell when he told me what you said about Renault. I shouldn't have taken the sword to the monastery. Beware of regret, Darien. It's a plague all its own. There are too many things you couldn't have known. I won't give up on him, Fairbanks. I'll see to it that his soul will be redeemed. That's the spirit. Tell me something, in all honesty. This is a dream, isn't it? You're dead. Yes, what's left of my mortal shell rots even now in the Scarlet Monastery. So what is this? Why are you here? The light touches each of us. In its own way, you said that. Seek out Tyrian forging in exile. The Thondrorial River flows into the Plague Lands. For what purpose? Stay the course, Master Darien. I must take my leave before it grows dark.
No. Wait. A dream after all. Perhaps a message. One way to find out. What say you, Dad?
So now it's a silent treatment. You don't wish to materialize and lop off my head. So be it. We ride for Thondrorial River before the Scarlet Crusade comes to reclaim its stolen horse. Eastern Plague Lands.
This must be it.
This is, I think, in the boundary, that river, and there's like a little mine. Like, I think this almost feels like right from the game.
How, Tyrion? Tyrion Fordring. And what business might you have, boy? Darien is the name. Darien Mograines. I seek your aid.
That's cool that we're bringing him in too.
Alexandros' youngest. I've no help to offer you. Best be on your way. The light granted me a vision, and with it a suggestion that you would provide aid, at the very least advice.
Then the light has misled you.
I'm an exile, a pariah. My advice is that you turn away and seek your counsel elsewhere.
Fresh fruit, to be accompanied by roasted boar meat, if you'll only hear me out.
Yes, well, despite the scarcity of untainted food here in the Plague Lands, my loyalties will not be so easily purchased. My father's soul is at stake. You may be a pariah, an exile, but you may also be the only person left for me to turn to.
Your father's soul, you say? Alexandros is an exemplar of purity. I can scarcely imagine his soul is in peril. Still, I'll hear you out for your father's sake. Come, later. Your tale is disturbing, to say the least. Alexandros' spirit and the sword are linked, as you say.
When I was judged, when I was stripped of my rank and my station, I feared that the light had abandoned me. The light cares little for the judgment of men. The sword, let me see it. By the grace of the light, let me see what others cannot. Ah, the sword is corrupted, and there is a soul trapped within. If it is truly that of Alexandros, I fear there is nothing left of him. Meaning? Meaning your father's spirit is forfeit, boy. You've done all you can. Best not to let it go. We must find a way. You must help me. That tabard you wear, it is not of the Scarlet Crusade. What is it? A new order, the Argent Dawn, a brotherhood that believes in the equality of all, dedicated to scouring evil from the world. Poor fool, you have a never-ending battle ahead of you. Have you truly become so embittered? My father believed in you when others cursed your name. Will you turn your back on me now as you've turned your back on Talon? Snot-nosed whelp, do not speak to me as if you know the truth. You know nothing. You're right, I know nothing. Talon never speaks of it at all. All I've heard are rumours. If you refuse to help, the least you can do is tell me. Tell me why you are branded a traitor. We got to read that story. Hearthglen. I want you to know that I love you dearly and that I'll always carry you close to my heart. Your life and your deeds will be my redemption, son. You are my pride and my hope. Be a good man. Be a hero. Goodbye. And that's straight up from that story. That's cool. What is this? Your father's letter. I'd heard you still carry it with you. We've never spoken of Tyrion's trial. I was there, of course, when judgment was passed. I was shocked more than anyone when he refused to atone, when he refused the mercy of the court. I felt like he was betraying us all over again. Painful as it is to say, your father deserved to be exiled. He languishes now in obscurity while you do the light's work. I have plans for you, Talon. I wish for you to take Renault's place as the new commander at the Scarlet Monastery. Me? I would be honored, of course. So let it be. Your prospects are limitless so long as you look to the future and take care not to dwell on the past. Take my advice, son. Burn the note. He's about to, but I don't think he does. So hopefully we don't just have this cycle repeating with another awesome paladin son. Tyrion's home, Plaguelands. I found the tracks while hunting orc tracks. While hunting orc tracks. Mind you, back then the orcs were our sworn enemies, evil monsters, so we thought. The tracks led me to a crumbling tower, and there I discovered an orc. No longer in the prime of his youth, but an orc, just the same. We fought, and to my surprise I found our skills to be evenly matched. Our battle brought the tower down around us, and the darkness closed in. I woke later in my own bed. In time I learned that the orc who had pulled me from the temple tied me to my saddle, my trusted steed Mirador, who carried me home. I returned to speak with the orc. I learned his name, Atric, and I learned that this greenskin, whose kind I had grown to hate, valued honor as much as I. He only wished to be left alone. I swore a solemn oath to honor that wish, but fate conspired against us. Lord Commander Dathrahad learned of Atric and ordered me to lead him and a party of soldiers to the orc's hiding place. Atric fought but was arrested. I tried to intervene, but too late. The damage was done. I was tried for treason. Still I refused to renounce my oath to Atric. I was labelled a traitor and excommunicated. Atric was to be executed in Stratholm, but before he could be hanged, I acted, saving his life as he had saved mine. Soon after, the war chief of the Horde, Thrall, arrived and spirited Atric away. That was the last I saw of him. It was a matter of honor. A man has nothing if he has not honor. Of course, Uther, Dathrahad, and the others didn't see it that way. Despite my outcast status, I've kept watch through the years. The day Talon was knighted, I snuck into the ceremony. I was so proud of him. But now he casts his lot with the Scarlet Crusade. A corrupt travesty that has much of blight upon the land as the plague itself.
Dalen isn't like the others. If I had to guess, I'd say that maybe he's lost his way. I understand what he's going through. I know what it's like to lose a father. Thank you for sharing your tale, Brother Tyrion. I realize now that you were faced with an impossible choice, and you made the only decision you could, just as I made mine. I must set off to meet the others at Light's Hope and continue my quest. An act of love. What? I've been giving it careful consideration. I believe that only an act of love greater than the act of evil that corrupted the sword will be powerful enough to free your father's soul. But be warned, such an act is often the ultimate test of faith. An act of love. Thank you. You should join us. You inspired my father. You could inspire others as well. The Argent needs men like you.
I've seen everything that was good in my life wither on the vine, and all for what? No, I do not care to be involved. You're a living vessel of the Light Ones. Faith, wisdom, valor, honor. Those ideals meant something to you. You give me that man again. Be a paladin. Be an inspiration. Be a force. Be a hero.
Well, that's food for thought for him. Light's Hope Chapel, base of the Argent Dawn.
Lord Maxwell, our scouts report Scourge troops amassing to the west. A massive army of them approaches from the north as well, sir. How far out? Half day's march, maybe less. How many? There were as blades of grass in a field. The news tightens. It isn't too late for you and the others to save your skins, sir. There's still time to make tracks. You've guarded the secret of Light's Hope well, Brother Briggs, but it appears to be a secret no longer. It's up to all of us now to protect what lies beneath. Knights, soldiers, Templar, gather round. You've all been told what is at stake. Should any of you wish to depart, now is the time. No one. Stand with me then, brothers and sisters, and together, Horde, Alliance, Night Elf, Blood Elf, we shall win the day, for each of you possess that which our enemy does not, the fervently beating heart of a warrior.
You've prepared quite a welcome for me, Brother Maxwell.
Darian, light be praised, you're safe. What of Alexandros, is he?
Dead. He's dead. He's corrupted soul trapped now within the Ashbringer.
Dead. Trapped. Not sure I fully understand. What a Grunholder and the others?
I alone survived. It's my hope that they didn't die for nothing, that my father's soul may yet be redeemed.
Hope. You've come to the right place, provided we can protect it from the Scourge, even though they array themselves against us.
Why? What does the Scourge want from some tiny chapel in the middle of nowhere?
It's precisely the chapel's remote location that made it the perfect choice.
For what?
Follow me and I'll show you. I was among a very select few chosen for a secret task. After Arthas killed his father, our beloved king, and the Scourge rampaged through Lordran and Capital City, it was decided that a Ronald dead must not be left behind, abandoned only to later bolster the ranks of the Lich King's army. And so we took the bodies out of the cemeteries and the catacombs, bodies of warriors, priests, paladins, champions of battles long past. We transported them here to this small out-of-the-way chapel, where we interred them once more in sacred ground. 1,000 of the bravest souls to walk the earth, yet should they fall into the hands of the Scourge, they would be raised in the Lich King's service.
Oh, that's what he said.
Yes, cogs in the unstoppable machine of destruction.
I see now why so many wait outside, ready to fight. It would be my honor to take my place among them. That night, during the brief snippets of sleep he is able to catch, Darian is troubled by nightmares, drowning in murky fathoms, sinking deeper and deeper into a world untouched by light. Yet even in the inky depths, Darian catches glimpses of his father slipping further into oblivion. Morning.
To arms! To arms! The hour is upon us!
There is no pause in their advance. In his mind's eye, Darien imagines the vast armies of the undead marching non-stop without need for sleep or sustenance, a pestilence sweeping ever onward, leaving only fallow emptiness in its wake, moving inexorably toward the long-sought prize now within its grasp.
Now, you soldiers of the light, let us stare down death together, for valor, for freedom, for Azeroth!
The undead hasten their approach, and in an instant, battle is joined. No quarter is given from the scourge, not from the nightmare gargoyles above, nor from the Argent Dawn's own fallen comrades. Oh, it's almost like a orcish necromancer. Raised from death by foul necromancers to unflinchingly serve the will of the Lich King. Faced with certain annihilation, the soldiers of the Argent Dawn, nonetheless, fight on. I like that we've got a Night Elf one too. They persevere, perhaps with the understanding that sometimes, even in the darkest of hours, a beacon shines through.
Aha! Tyrion, looks like Father was right about you after all. Let the heralds of the damned proclaim our victory, for Kel'Thuzad stands before you now. The Ashbringer alone is not powerful enough, boy. No weapon can stand long against the might of the Scourge. Even now your numbers dwindle, your soldiers tire, your cause is all but lost. What purpose is there to your pathetic existence but to succumb to death, succumb to the Master? Ah! Where's this light now that you believe in with such blind devotion? That's it. That's why the light never reached me the way it did my father. I didn't believe enough. The light led me out of the darkness once. Perhaps it can do so again. Maybe our only chance. The ultimate test of faith. An act of love. Darien, this is my purpose then. So be it. My soul for yours. I love you, Dad.
Once again, Darien is overwhelmed by a sensation of sinking beneath murky fathoms, of struggling for breath. Yet even as oblivion beckons, he is able to catch a brief glimpse of the light. Oh man. The Light's Hope Chapel just incinerates.
What is this? Tyrosus, what's happening? It's a reckoning, Officer Pureheart. The reckoning of 1,000 vengeful souls.
As the world slips away, Darien hears a distant voice, a voice he had feared he might never hear again, the voice of his father.
I love you, son, with all that I am, all I was, all I ever will be.
The voice fades. Darkness closes in.
Now, boy, you are mine. Rise, Darien Mograine. Rise, Ashbringer. Our primary goal may have eluded us, but I'll be content to take you as my prize. The Scourge can always return to Light's Hope. Now tell me, boy, who do you love? Schlunk. No one.
Although Darien could no longer hear it, the voice of Alexandros' spirit joining the valiant souls of Light's Hope Chapel spoke a final time.
My soul will forever bear the weight of your sacrifice, my son. And just as you never gave up on me, I shall never give up on you. For you've taught me the most valuable lesson of all. Hope never dies.
So there's a hero at Light's Hope Chapel, and I wonder if that is Alexandros Mograine, and I wonder if because there's a Mograine that's a Death Knight. I wonder if that's both of them. I wonder if he's the one under Light's Hope. Finis, this is the end. Interesting stuff, but that's pretty neat. We got a lot of lore building there. That was a pretty cool chapter as far as everything goes. A pretty cool issue. It's a collected edition, so they just put it out all four as one. Whatever. All right, cool. We got another episode in the pipe by 5x5. That was a nice lore session. I hope those of you that tune in and watch it, I hope it's kind of neat to see things graphically. If you can look past the stupid pop-ups. But yeah, I appreciate you for watching, for listening. I had a good time, and I'll see you next time on Lore of Warcraft.